Hey guys, welcome to the Double Chen Show. Okay, this episode of the Double Chen Show, we're going to do a new format. So we want to try out two different formats a week. This format, me and Dan each chose a topic that we found somewhere. It could be a video that we liked, could be a picture, a article somewhere, and we want to comment on that.
Definitely. It could be anything from what's going on in the media, what happened to us.
So the cool thing is, if you guys have a cool article or story or anything you want us to comment on, Facebook us.
My friend Jamie sent me this video by Anna Akana, who I think is the ex-girlfriend of Ray William Johnson. She's doing her own podcast, or she's doing her own videos now. She did this video basically ripping yellow fever. And
not ripping yellow fever, but ripping...
ripping, kind of. She doesn't like, she's basically ripping the men who have yellow fever.
Or came up with the whole yellow fever phenomenon.
Right. So she's basically saying that my interpretation is that she's basically saying that these men are putting all these Asian women in one category, which is they're submissive, they're geisha-like, you know, they're whatever, Asian, you know, they're quiet, and she's saying that that's basically when they do that, it belittles them, which that I agree with. But here's the thing, I definitely don't think the term yellow fever just means that. You know, look, this is a funny topic for me and you, right?
Right.
Because look, me and Mike have tons of white guy friends, or even black guy friends, white guy friends, non-Chinese friends, who are either married to an Asian woman, dating an Asian woman, and would like to marry or date an Asian woman.
90% of our
99%
friends who are not Asian.
I can't even name one of my Caucasian friends who doesn't have an Asian wife, Asian girlfriend, or wants to be in a relationship with a girl from Asia.
That's right.
But here's the thing. All right, I think Anna Akana brings up a good thing, because when people do that and they only, she does a really funny impression of a guy that goes up to her and is like, hey, all my ex-girlfriends were Asian.
So I can relate to you people.
Yeah, or like they love me because whatever reason. Okay, that guy sucks.
Moron.
That guy's a moron, okay? But don't let that guy represent all guys who have an affinity toward Asian women. I do. I don't have yellow fever. I find Asian women extremely beautiful.
For us, we just have regular fever.
But the thing is, though, I would never say that my friends have yellow fever. I would say that they're very, very attracted to Asian women.
Sure.
And yeah, maybe they like some of the qualities, like some of the Asian. Actually, you know what's funny? All of the Asian women they date are not like shy and like submissive. They wear the pants in the relationship.
Yep, they do.
Okay?
They do.
So I don't want to hear about that's all. I'm not, you know, I don't think that's the case. I think that when people are like, yeah, I got yellow fever, I love Asians because they're okay, those guys are jerks.
Right. I think there's two types, right?
Yeah.
You touched upon. There's two types. One, people who they can't explain. They're just like, you know, I'm really attracted to Asian women. That's, you know, kind of you and I. You and I.
That's their type.
Yeah, you and I, we're extremely attracted to Asian women.
Yes.
That's what we feel. And we have people who are not Asian, they feel the same way.
And that's undeniable.
And they're not even gonna say it's because of whatever. Right. It's just like they are attracted to Asian women. Then you got the type who watch a little too many manga or anime, and then they're the ones who are just like, all right, oh, do you also have a maid outfit?
Yeah. Those guys are idiotos, idiots. You know, here's the thing. I want us to celebrate, you know, beauty of all ethnicities, especially Asian women, because they're beautiful.
Right.
For many different reasons. And I definitely like the fact that Anna kind of posted this video, because it kind of, like, if that guy that does that was watching, he should really look at himself and slap himself in the face.
Right.
You know, but I also want people to know that they're, you know, in real life, like a lot of my friends, they like Asian women. They're Western, but they don't like them because they're submissive or they're.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, everything on TV, guys, you should know by now, is drummed up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's way extreme. It's also stereotyping.
Right.
And when you look at a group of women and say that I want to marry this group of women because I saw on manga or anime that they bring me a hot tail at night or whatever the heck.
Right.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of anime, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Watch a lot of K-dramas or whatever and think that all women are, and we do this a lot too. We're like, okay, look, the stereotypical Asian drama women. Oh, the stereotypical anime women. Again, keyword stereotype.
Right.
When you're looking for actual relationship, you shouldn't be judging it on a stereotypical view of a group of people. That's it.
Right. And I think honestly, like in my daily life, I don't meet a lot of people who I meet a lot of people who like Asian women, but they're definitely not like the boneheads that are like, I don't like the machoistic.
Right.
Yeah, they're not like that. I think those guys, I'm gonna generalize now. Those guys, maybe you meet one at a club, you know, or maybe you meet one at a bar and they come up to you and they're like, no. Don't let those guys, you know, don't let those guys don't even give them time of day.
Yeah. Can I also say that it's okay to appreciate Asian culture?
Yeah.
It's fine. You should, you know, if you appreciate Asian culture, great, because it's a beautiful culture. All we're saying is, don't think that all women who are Asian fits into some kind of little group that you can just label with a few words.
Right. And also, like, because in her video, you know, she's basically, she has this little part where a guy is like speaking Japanese to the woman. And honestly, like, I wasn't offended, but I wanted to say, like, I have tons of Caucasian friends who learn Chinese or Japanese, and they genuinely love the language.
Right.
They probably did it because, they want to go to Asia at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe they do settle down with the Asian woman, but they are not like machoistic.
Yeah, and then you got,
you know?
I remember this at when I used to work at a restaurant. There's some guys who would come in and they would just learn words like, 你很美. like,
dude.
You know, come on.
Seriously, like, this is what I mean. Like, actually, a lot of the machoist kind of like sexist, racist kind of guys, they won't even put in the time to learn the language.
Right.
Because they're just like, like, ni hao, now you love me.
How would you like it if, like, all I know in my English vocabulary is how you doing?
Or howdy.
Like, I go to the US, I don't know a lick of English except for how you doing.
Right. That would be a crazy video if we turned the tables.
Yeah, exactly.
Where we had like people from China only like pretending to be like Joey.
Yeah, let us know if you want us to make that.
And they go into a bar and they just, you know, like, so, I mean, I definitely want to throw out there's plenty of really good guys who love, you know, who you can say, I'm going to say it, look, our friends have yellow fever, okay? But they don't have it for the wrong reasons. They genuinely love Chinese culture. In fact, they speak better Chinese than me. They can read like ancient text, and I can't even do that. You know, and yes, they have an Asian wife, but they really put in the time to learn the culture, and they're, you know, so I'm definitely condoning that. I don't condone like the other type of people who are just like, yeah, you know, bring me a towel, rub my feet. That guy, I'm sorry, that guy isn't. Here's the point I want to bring up. Those type of men are not just like that to Asian women. They're like that to all women.
True that.
They're machoists, they're jerks to women in general. The reason that they like Asian women, because they think that in their minds that they could get that
category
with an Asian woman. Because if they tried it with another woman, they might get a slap.
Right.
So that's just those men in general.
Asian women will hit you too.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Let us know what your opinion is on that topic in the comments below. Our second topic is a news article that was sent over to us. And I made a video about this on Strictly Dumpling.
A while back.
And I got a lot of feedback. So we're gonna bring it up again because evidently this is not. I mean, we're not.
It seems like a reoccurring event.
So anyway, this is a article from the Daily Mail. It says airline passengers kicked up a stink on Delta flight from Beijing to Detroit after Chinese family let toddler poop on his seat.
I like the headline. Little play on words.
So basically what happened is there's a plane going from Beijing to Detroit, and there's a family on the plane who encouraged their kid to poo on the seat of the flight. They laid down newspapers, so that makes it all okay.
Right.
Obviously.
And it's like the kid's whole family, right? There was like
kid's family is there.
And they're basically like, yeah, go ahead.
Can I said this in the dumpling video. I'm from mainland, okay? You cannot paint me as someone who's like, oh, you're not from mainland. I'm from mainland.
You spent time there,
I spent a lot of time in mainland China.
You came from there and went back.
Look, I see this all the time in mainland China.
Yeah.
All the time. There's pooping on the streets, in public, basically anywhere.
Right.
And guys, It's one thing to keep it inside the country and call it like a cultural phenomenon, which it really
shouldn't do
You really
that.
shouldn't do
Yeah.
it. But okay, when you take this international,
Yeah.
this really gives like all Chinese a really bad name.
Over international waters, man. This is
Like,
no, because and I don't want to hear people go, well, maybe it's China's not a third world country these days. I mean, maybe a lot of the country parts, but you're talking about what you've seen, literally major city street, right? Mom lets the kid defecate right on the sidewalk. That's like if I'm literally right outside of Times Square.
Last time I brought this topic up, some people were commenting. They were like, well, what if the kid really had to go and they couldn't make it to the bathroom? You know what, guys? Then put a diaper on the kid.
Put a diaper.
Because there's
how about teach him to hold it
Right.
like any kid would.
Here's the thing. I've been on and you've been on how many flights have we been on? A lot of flights.
Right.
There has been a lot of babies, a lot of kids on these flights.
Right.
I have never been on a flight
Yeah.
where a kid pooped on his seat.
Right. And they also say like passengers were urging the parents to take the kid to the bathroom.
Right.
It's like you're there with him. It's not like he's in the middle of nowhere, unable to go.
And I'm sure if you go to the bathroom and say, my kid is going to poo if we can't get into the bathroom. If there is a line in the bathroom, they'll let you
say
go.
please. I mean, I think there's no excuse for it. I don't bring this stuff up in order to make fun of Chinese people.
No, none of us do.
A lot of people think so, and I go, you know what? That's not what I'm trying to do. Okay, what I'm trying to do is basically comment on why this stuff happens is because after the Cultural Revolution, like Chinese. First of all, my parents went through it, so don't even try to say like you don't know anything about the Chinese Revolution. Yes, I do. After that, like Chinese people's minds are so warped, like in mainland China, because of the Cultural Revolution, and they kind of have this thing where they're completely oblivious to their surroundings, And I see this a lot, even in New York, in the grocery store. How many times have you been in the grocery store and on a smaller level, you get shoved, pushed, not just by like people from all ages that are Chinese. We open the door for people. You say thank you. You let people, you wait in line. And if somebody really had an emergency, you'll let them go in front. This is just like Western customs. And these are just basic things.
These are just universal customs.
I'm sorry, thank you. Universal customs. And honestly, like what we can do to help people not think of Chinese people as people that are just like, do whatever is, like think about yourself and your behavior in public. And a lot of times, like even with my parents, like I respect my parents a lot, but I will tell my mom sometimes in a nice way. I'd be like, Mom, like she's kind of rude sometimes in the grocery store. It's just the way she is. She's the nicest lady in the world. I love her. She's kind of rude. And literally, like when she orders stuff at a Chinese restaurant, she's rude. And I'm like, and she doesn't even know it. And I go, Mom, you were kind of rude when you ordered that food. And a lot of Chinese people might not bring that up because they're like, oh, I better not, get on my parents' bad side. But honestly, like we really need to start taking responsibilities for not just our own actions, but also our people's actions. If you see stuff like that, kindly, I don't mean go over and cuss people out and get into a fight. You can calmly go over to that person and just tell them this is impolite. Don't just throw your trash on the street right there. Pick it up and put it in the trash bin.
Well, in this case, I think they got in trouble for letting their
as
kid
they
poo
should.
on
They
the
should
seat.
get fined.
Yeah, and so I think they learned their lesson. But
I hope.
Seriously surprised that this happened in the first place. Not surprised, but sadly surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised because usually, like you said, maybe they'll do it in their, comfort of their own home.
Yeah.
But usually, like, you're like, dude, I'm on a plane with 200 people.
Yeah, seriously.
Come on, man. Like, seriously,
Oh my goodness,
Dude.
people.
So, I mean, it's funny, but it's not. And I hope that, things like this, it's going to happen. It's going to happen all the time. It happens all the time. This is just something where let's just be a people. Let's just be aware of our surroundings, our manners, and people in general.
Yeah.
Let's be aware, all right?
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Let us know how you like this new segment and comment below on all of this that we talked about today. Anyway, please subscribe to our new channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Later, guys.